Okay, so when somebody starts working here, the first 30 days we have a goal, and that's to get somebody to learn the front desk, the smoothie bar, and a basic tour of the facility. Now, the basic tour is not something that we're going to give someone when they're coming in thinking about joining. The basic tour for an employee is to understand every area. Why do we have this area in the first place? How can this area be beneficial to a member? And so when I walk around with this tour here, I'm going to be explaining in detail. So if someone comes up to you and you're working the front desk or a smoothie bar, you're not going to feel stupid when you can't answer the question. So we're going to walk around starting over here. Now some of this stuff's just common sense, like it's evident that this is a seating area. So when I present this normally, I'm just saying, look, this is a seating area. Someone wants to sit and be comfortable, maybe visit with some friends, they can. We'd have a little pro shop over here. We carry a lot of different Legend attire, and we always mix this up depending on the season, and so we have it. But this area here is what I want to explain. As an employee, you need to understand that we're a 24-hour access club. What does that mean? It doesn't mean we're staffed the entire time. What it means is we're simply open 24. Now we're staffed limited hours. Now the limited hours are long though. We're actually staffed 6 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, Monday through Thursday. We're 6 to 7 Friday, and we're also 8 to 2 on Saturday. Now other than that, this is going to be shut. By pulling it down, this is not going to be available during non-staffed hours. They do have a cooler drink available over here, so you want to know that. So if a member's wondering if they can get something, they can. But let me explain why we have this. Now originally when we opened Legends, we had a smoothie bar at the front. We moved it over here several years back so that we could also have a drive-through window. Now I want to explain why we have it to start off with. There's 4 components to fitness. Now again, I'm not going to be saying this when I'm actually touring a potential member, but I want you to know, so if someone asks you, there's proper eating habits, which is critical if you're going to exercise. Critical, period. But if you're going to exercise, you need to match the nutrition to your activity. And that's why we have this, so we can make it a little bit more convenient on the member. The second thing is supplementation, which I'm going to tell you about in a minute. But then the third and fourth is resistance and cardio, which we'll be looking on the floor. But I want to walk in here and tell you why we did this the way we did it. Now we have a wide variety of flavors on our menus, but what I want you to think about is this. We do meal replacement smoothies. This is not like going to Baskin Robbins or, I don't know, Sonic and just getting a smoothie. Now we can make them that way, they just want the flavor, but typically we make them as a meal replacement, meaning the powder we use is like a balanced meal. And I like to think about it like this. In the 60s, when the astronauts went up to space, they were drinking their meals. This is what you do here. It doesn't matter if you drink a meal or if you chew a meal, your body's going to utilize the nutrient the way it wants to. It's going to utilize the things it needs, and it'll get rid of the things it doesn't need. And so with the smoothie bar, we basically have the regular meal replacement. We also have post-workout smoothies, someone who just wants protein. And so there's a way they can get their extra protein. We also do something that's critical, and it's the foundation of your health to start off with, meaning we all know we need protein, we know we need carbohydrates, we know we need a little bit of fat, but what we don't get enough of is vitamin and minerals, so we do green smoothies. So on these menus, are going to tell you about regular smoothies, they're going to also tell you about the green smoothies. The neat thing about the green smoothies, it's like they're getting most of their vegetables in one day and one drink. And so that's why we do those. We also do energy teas and so forth. We also have cooler drinks, but I want you to understand, again, the reason for this is to make it convenient for the member to eat the correct way. That way when we're designing them some kind of a menu plan, they can think, well, I can get my smoothies here conveniently, get a healthier meal than going through a non-healthy drive-through somewhere. Now I want to show you this cooler here. This is called Clean Eats. And the thing that you need to know as an employee here, especially if you're working the smoothie bar, you need to know why we have these. You notice these different colors? These are different caloric profiles. Like you've got keto, you've got your regular high protein if you want it. And all these are going to give you the caloric profile right here on the box and tell you your basic calories, your protein, your fat, and your carbs. The neat thing about these is, like, when you look at the price here, you could easily say $10. I could go to Albertsons or Walmart and get one of these Lean Cuisines or Weight Watchers for $6.50. Here's the difference. These are made fresh weekly, and this company sends them, and so when they do, they don't put all the preservatives that you get. In other words, it's not going to sit on the shelf for 3 years and you eat it. You're going to literally need to eat this thing within 6 months if it's in the freezer, and 30 days if it's not. You're going to instantly know the difference when you taste it. That's why we sell so many. Not only that, if you look at $10 per meal, you also get a bundle. I want you to think about this. If you were to come through here and get one of these and a bottle of water, You're going to spend less than if you went through McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's. If you went to the drive-through lately, you'll know what I'm talking about. You're going to be spending $11 to $13 for a burger, fries, and a drink. Here's the big difference though. The people buying this stuff are wanting to get healthy. They're tired of living that life. So when they're getting this right here, they're actually getting a healthy meal that when they get through, they can walk away and feel good about themselves instead of saying, you know what, I ate that again. So anyway, so remember that. Over here, you also want to do this. If you're working here, we don't carry a lot of supplements, but you want to, if you have questions, for instance, you want to look through. Now, I know a lot of people spend a lot of time on the internet and stuff like that, maybe doing things that are worthless of time, but I encourage you when you work here, if there's time, to pull up these supplements. You can go here, you can look at the website, whatever, and look and see what these supplements actually do. And so again, we don't carry a lot, but we do carry certain supplements. We also carry a few things here. Now this right here is a line that Marcia started doing Rocosta here a couple years back. So we're carrying quite a few products. Again, I'm not going to go in detail here, but your job is to, especially if you're working back here all the time, it's going to be to learn these products and know how they benefit people. So anyway, over here, you've got just a cooler of all different kinds of things. And I want you to understand this too. A lot of times people understand, I always tell the staff that you have two types of foods and two types of supplements. You have foods that may come as a liquid form like we do in our smoothie bar, and you have solid form. The body doesn't know the difference. But then when you come to supplements, you have what we call food supplements. It could be something like this, which is like a protein shake, but it can also be like an enhancement, pre-workout, post-workout, whatever. And so the way you know that is there's usually a warning on the label. And so because of that, there's certain ages that don't need to be buying certain drinks. So when you work back here, you need to be cautious when a 15-year-old person wants to come in here and buy a certain drink. So remember, we'll be going over that in detail with you, but you really want to know what we're selling here. The rest of this is just basic things like your waters, but that's going to give you an idea. Now I want you to understand too, when you're working here, the drive-through, you have a way that we do where we do call-ins. And so we'll be going into that in a little more detail with you, but you want to understand how that works and how we have those prepared for the person when they're coming in. Now this right here is just a general information center for things. Now our goal is to basically have this modern as far as on a monthly basis, change things out of things we're doing so the members don't get kind of stale to seeing the same thing. And that's been an issue we've had in the past of putting things up, not changing it out. So hopefully you'll always see that we're trying to keep this current with just different activity in the club. Over here, I want to show you this board here. Now you need to understand personal training because we have a lot of different things. I'm going to kind of go over that with you. Now remember, I'm not touring you through this video as if you were a person looking at membership. I'm touring you as an employee that if someone asks you a question, you can answer it. So when you're looking here, you're going to see most of these people here are contract trainers. What that means is they basically work for themselves. They do clients here, and then they pay us a percentage for using the facility. Now, the TV up here kind of shows you a different idea. Now, right now it's currently showing group classes. So on the TV here, normally we'll have group classes, because we do have group instructors, and then we'll also have personal training going on with the client and their trainer. Down here, I want to show you this. This is something that you're going to be expected to learn. Now, I have a particular video that's set up to explain this more in detail, but I want you to understand, you don't want to ever have someone walk up to this and have a question you're thinking, I don't have any answer. So what you need to do is there's what I call cheat sheets on everything, meaning if someone was to ask you basically the menu of services, instead of just guessing, you literally can just walk over it with them. You can go over this with them. And then you also have this Legends Gym, what I call a 30-day fitness challenge. It also has a sheet on the back showing you how you can navigate the website. Again, there's a whole video for this, but you want to be able to get that in their hand if they need it, okay? And then there's one other area here. In fact, this sheet right here has got stuck in the wrong spot. But this other sheet here, you want to know what this is. These are live classes, meaning it's an outreach program that I've done for years. And a lot of times people aren't even told about this when they join or if they're trying to pass or whatever. This is important because about 8 out of 10 people who walk into a fitness center, maybe you may be watching this video, a new employee that never has exercised before and you don't even know what to do. And so my goal has always been to educate a potential member or a new member how to get their goals met. So I don't do this, I don't take this lightly, I guess what I'm saying. These classes, each one, again, there's a video on this particular thing in detail of why I do it, but you need to know where this information's at, and you need to know why I'm doing it. That way when a member asks you, you can actually explain it to them. Again, it's really easy, just if you can't remember it completely, you can bring them over here and you can explain what it says on the sheet, because it's pretty well detailed on this. So I want to show you this area here. Pretty well self-explanatory. It says Legends Gym for Ladies. Now, what I want you to understand in here is when someone calls, maybe they're interested in membership, we don't want to leave this area out. Now, it may be a female who never even wants to use this area, but I'm going to tell you there's a lot of women who like to have some privacy when they work out, especially different exercises they may be doing. And so we want to show this off. Now, this is not a large area, but it's a private area. It's the only gym in town that has a women's only area. Now, what do they have? They have a cardio area. They have a full strength circuit. Now, if you're new to fitness yourself and you're watching this video as a new employee, you need to understand what a strength circuit is. A strength circuit typically is a full body workout. In this case, this is called Life Fitness. It's just a brand. It'd be kind of like if you drove a Chevrolet, Ford, Honda. It's just a brand. So Life Fitness, you could compare it and say maybe it's Ford or whatever. But it drives a little different than the circuits I'm going to show you in a minute. But basically, I want to show you how it's set up. It goes from legs to chest to back to shoulders to arms to abs. So if a person was to come in here and work out, they're going to be all charted. Like if you come over here, it's going to show you a picture of how you start and how you stop. Now the issue is that I've seen in the last 10 years, about 7 years ago we redesigned our website and we put videos on the website. And the reason why we did that, we were having a lot of people coming in, would look at the picture, they'd see start and stop, they think, what do I do in between? So they didn't know what form to use. So now on our website, which again is a complete different video, you'll be able to watch in detail, all our circuits are on video. We want the people to know that. I don't know how many people come up to me constantly here, what form do I use? And I think, what, did you take the website out? Well, I didn't know anything about the website. So we don't want to forget this critical information. I'm telling the competitors don't do this. They don't have these Easy Journey programs or these educational programs, or they don't have all their stuff on video, the things that we do. And again, we do it so the person doesn't fall through the cracks. So these videos help a lot. Now, we also do something a lot of clubs don't do either. Each circuit has its own workout card. Now again, sometimes I'll pull one of these out if I'm touring somebody who maybe hasn't worked out before and they're totally scared and they're thinking, how am I going to remember what we're doing here? I mean, you got 11, 12 machines in here. I'm not going to know what weight I use or what adjustment. So we literally have it available that they can set an appointment with a trainer and we can go through and the trainer will set their adjustment settings, their weights. And so you have that option too. So they can literally go through the trainer or they can do the video. Either way, we want to make sure we got ourselves covered on there. So remember, in this room here, they have a circuit, they have cardio, but they also have dumbbells, they have cables, and they have a utility bench. The reason why we have that all in there is a woman could come in here literally and do all kinds of different workouts in this one room. Now this room here, we literally had martial arts in here for years. Now right before COVID hit, in 2020, we redesigned this. In January of 2020, we opened this up at the Transformation Station. The reason why we call it Transformation Station is we do multiple things in here. Now, some of those things we haven't even been able to do yet because literally 3 years into this, people are still kind of nervous about COVID. So there's certain things I haven't done yet, but I want to tell you the whole ultimate goal in here. There's 2 different floors in here because we do different. Now, this is a gymnastics floor I'm sitting on. So this is perfect for people who, because you'll have people come up to you, hey, you got a place I can stretch? Most people have like one little rehab mat they get on. This right here literally is about 400 to 500 square foot of gymnastics floor they can stretch on it anytime they want if there's not a class going on. Now we also do classes in here, like we do Pilates, yoga, things like that are comfortable to lay on the floor. And then when we look over on this side, if you step down from there, you step onto a rubber floor. Now the rubber floor is set up for different classes we do. Like we do one called HIIT. Now I didn't explain to you what HIIT is. HIIT is called high intensity interval training. I need you to understand too as an employee that high intensity scares people away when you say that word. So high intensity is different for different people. Like for instance, I have a senior class. If you've watched our videos on our website or YouTube, you'll see I do a lot of seniors in their 80s in here. And so we're going through this full circuit, but the thing is when we're going through it, each person goes through at their own level. The example of how HIIT works, and there's different kind of HIIT workouts, okay? The way we have ours set up, it's kind of a modified version of what I call HIIT and cross training at the same time, meaning when we do a class, typically we have like 1 minute on each station, and then we have a 15-second turnover to the next station. At least that's how I do the seniors. Now there's different ways of doing HIIT, and literally there's lots of ways to do HIIT. But that first TV that you see up here, that's our head trainer Daniel demonstrating how this HIIT class works. Now again, when I say class, a person can come to a scheduled class, but the reason why that TV's up there is a person can literally come do it themselves. Like right now, we're at a dead time of day up here. Usually 1 to 4 is a dead time of day. So if a person wanted to come and do this by themselves, they can literally watch him demonstrate every circuit. Now I want to go around this room because when we opened this up and January 2020, I had a lot of members come up to me and think, what is this? These TVs don't look like they go with this, and it's because they don't go with it. The only TV that goes with this workout is that HIT TV. The rest of them are an education program. Now, here's why I did this. I get questions all the time from people. They don't want to feel stupid, so they'll come in and think, I don't even know how to warm up or cool down. So we actually have a TV up there demonstrating all types of ways to warm up and cool down. If you're a new employee, we also have this for you. You need to learn this stuff so that people ask you, you can either show them or you can walk them to this TV, and you can literally use it as a cheat sheet to show them things, okay? The next TV, Core. Core has become so popular over this last decade. 10 years ago, you didn't even hear about Core. Now you're going to be demonstrating Core all the time. So Core are things that you can do in a gym or you can do at home. But what I want to show you is once you get past that to this, you'll notice that this is set up just like I had the circuit set up. There's 5 circuits out there, and they're all set up from legs to chest to back to shoulders to tris to bis to abs. Now in this class that I do, or this education program, one of those classes is set up and it's called Advanced Strength and Cardio Training. This is very important that you remember this because a lot of people don't understand that I would do this for free. But the way it's set up is if someone comes to this class, it's on Wednesdays, currently it's on Wednesdays. You have to sign up for it when you come. The whole goal is, it may be one person coming and say, hey, I just want you to show me some exercises for my glutes or my triceps or whatever. It may be another person coming here and saying, hey, can you come out here on the floor and see if my form's good? But for most people, it's about changing their workout. Now, the reason why I do this is one big factor. I don't want anybody falling through the cracks here. There's no reason that I should ever see anybody outside of this club at Walmart, for instance, 4 months from now. I shouldn't see them dodging me behind the aisle because they didn't get results. If I do see them, I know they quit because they were lazy, and here's why. All the programs we have set up here are like no other club anywhere. They're set up so it's fail-proof. You should never fail. This being one of them. Here's how it works. The classes I do are on different days, but the main one I love doing is the Advanced Strength and Cardio, meaning if you came here, let's say you're not a member, maybe you're a member of another gym, but you want to come, you can sign up and come. What you're going to do when you come in, I'm going to ask you 4 questions. And remember this as an employee, so when someone walks to the front desk, you can at least give them the highlights and send them to me for the rest. But I'm going to ask them their goal. I'm going to ask them what restrictions they have. I'm going to ask them how long do they have per workout, and I'm going to ask them how many days a week do they have. Now, when I say days a week, I don't say wishful days. How many days a week can you really come? And I'm going to design a workout. The example of that is, let's say you come in here and I design a workout for you. When I design it, if it's 3-day full body, if it's 4 days, if it's 5 days, 6-day split, whatever it is, I'm going to help you with it. All I'm going to ask you to do is write down the exercise I give you on a pen, with a pen and a piece of paper, because I'm not going to take you through the actual workout because I'd have to charge you. The way you're going to figure it out is, let's say, for instance, I give you an exercise called a tricep hairline curl. At the end of the class, when someone says, man, I don't even know why I came to this class, I don't even have a clue what he's talking about, the goal is for you to look at the TV over there that says triceps, walk up to it and watch the exercises. Like you can see the video right now. It has the name of the exercise. In fact, he's doing a tricep extension right now. So when he's doing a particular exercise, you're going to say, oh, that's the one he's talking about. And you're going to see it being demonstrated the correct way and the incorrect way. So it doesn't matter what body part you have it. So the goal is for me ultimately to teach a person how they can be their own personal trainer without ever charging a cent. So again, remember this. If you're an employee here, don't make me see people on the floor that are walking up thinking I don't have a clue. We have too many things set up so they don't have to worry about that.